From Spontaneously Combustible Studio in Cleveland, Ohio, presented by Permanently Geek, this is Uncovered, the show where two goofballs that can't get through a sentence without 20 stupid jokes talk about music. That's what we do, and have wrong opinions.
Yeah,
that's how we do it here.
Incredibly accurate.
Our first hate comment on YouTube was the best best description of the show that I've ever heard. So
yeah, it was.
Well done,
better
sir.
Than we can. Feel free to send more.
hate. So this is the show where we compare an original song and a cover version of that same song and argue about which one is the better. So under this piece of cloth is the two versions of the song that our producer has selected for this episode. We do not know what's under there. There's a hopper of songs that we have to pull from. So shall we reveal what this episode's?
Let's reveal.
Let's reveal.
Drum roll, please. Ooh. There She Goes by The Laws, covered by Sixpence None the Richer.
Now, I think it was actually you that told me that they weren't the same version of the song. So I'm really interested.
It might have been, yeah. This is an interesting one because I think not too many people realize that their version of this song is a cover.
I didn't till you told me. So this will be interesting to see if there's any discernible difference between the two versions of the song. I understand the lead singer of one of the bands is a female, and I don't think any of those dudes are.
So I mean that's one discernible difference right off the bat.
And there's only two of them, and there's four of them.
Math.
So we're going to listen to both of these versions in their entirety. You're just going to hear short clips, and we will be right back. And we're back. So those are actually more different than I expected them to be, or remembered them as being.
Yeah, same here.
So, like we mentioned briefly before, I actually hadn't realized that it wasn't originally a Sixpence None the Richer song. I only discovered it about a year ago when, after the two of us attended the Cleveland Beer Fest and Ubered back to my place, and we're trying to sober up before going to sleep. We were watching Gilmore Girls together.
Naturally, as
as bros will do.
Two guys might do,
And I believe it was in the pilot episode of Gilmore Girls, the Laws version plays, and I made a Sixpence None the Richer comment, and you corrected me.
Yeah, I cried. I'm like, no, sir, that is actually the Laws. Few people realize that that's actually a cover.
It was a little bit
same way I said it.
It was a little bit more slurred than that.
Yeah. But more pretentious.
Possibly. Well, sir. There was a little bit of monocle adjusting and mustache twisting that came along with it.
Well, actually, I just went into comic book guy there.
Apparently.
For a second.
Worst cover ever. So there was definitely a little bit of updating that happened for the Sixpence None the Richer version.
Yeah, quite a bit.
There was more dynamics that showed up in the song, a little bit more rise and fall.
Mm-hmm.
I actually liked a lot of the little drum fills and builds that were put in there. And to be perfectly honest, I had never paid enough attention to either version of the song to notice some of the chord changes. Like I think they caught both of us slightly off guard. Like, oh, that's a cool
that
chord
change toward the end of the song.
Yeah, and like in the bridge portion, because we both were like, wait, is that in both versions? I feel like I like the song. I like both versions of the song.
Yeah, I do too.
I feel like it's one of those songs that sort of like drifts into the background, and it's just kind of there, and you don't pay that much attention to it, which makes it a good soundtrack song. Like it's got a good like happy, upbeat like mood to it.
Great for an episode of Gilmore Girls.
Perfect for an episode of Gilmore Girls. So I have no idea what her name is. I do really like the lead singer of Sixpence None the Richer's voice, and I hadn't paid attention to it that much in the past. Again, because I feel like a lot of times they sort of fade into the background. I recently corrected someone. Actually, earlier today, I corrected someone who thought that "Don't Dream It's Over" was originally a Sixpence None the Richer song, and I was like,
Well
"No,
done,
sir,
sir.
that is a Crowded House song."
Well, actually, it is.
Worst Crowded House song ever.
Well done.
Thank you.
We could add that one to the hoppa.
There we go. That might show up.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot of what you said about the updating of the song. I do like her voice. It's got that interesting kind of whispery quality to it without being overly such. Like, without being John Mayer.
And I feel like this was recorded in pre-auto-tune era, and the way she holds out notes.
Yeah.
I would have thought that it was auto-tuned if I didn't know approximately when this song was released.
That being said, I love the dude from the Laz voice, too. I don't know his name either. But,
we're on a music show here,
yeah,
folks. We know all about
we did
we know
zero
all about
research
music.
for this episode. But, like, I like that, like, gravelly British quality to his
Did we
voice
ever
or whatever.
find out if they were actually from England or if they just kind of sing like it?
No, they were actually from England.
Okay,
we did.
all right, fair enough.
Thank you, producer.
Well, shall we reveal what each of our
Let's
picks
do
was?
the big reveal here.
All right.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Reveal. We have a disagreement, sir.
As per usual. It's got to be hard being wrong
Once
all the
again,
time.
I'm right and you are wrong.
So why the Laz version?
I really like that guitar riff.
Was it? I mean, it was in the.
It was in the cover song, but it wasn't nearly as prominent.
Okay.
The Laz
It was
really,
further
like,
back in the mix. Yeah, you're right.
The Laz really brought that forward. Again, like I don't know, I just love the quality of like the song with his voice singing it, and to me, although I really like the Sixpence None the Richer version, I don't know if they did quite enough to it to make me say this is clearly better. I think they did enough to make me say this is a really, really good cover, but it's not better.
I can understand that. I think the problem is that it almost sounds like a Sixpence None the Richer song to start with, and so it was enough in their style, kind of in their wheelhouse.
It does fit right in with the one original song that I know by them.
Was that Kiss Me? Is
Yeah.
that the one? That's. I'll be honest. That's the only song of theirs that I actually know that is by them.
Fits right in there with the rest of their catalog.
But all right, that's fair. I can buy that,
Yeah.
and I think I like the dynamics and the rise and fall of, and especially I like the drum parts that Sixpence added in there. I thought
those were cool.
that added a lot of cool like dynamics to the song and contrast, which that's always something that I appreciate, is without feeling jarring to have contrast between different parts of the song. So it's fair enough.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Let's see what you said for me here.
All right.
And what I said for you.
All right. Ooh. Well,
All right.
yeah.
Fair enough. So, you picked the Laz.
I didn't know how many A's there were.
There's,
We took the
you went with too many.
no such thing as too many A's.
And the reasoning was Bjorfest, Gilmore Bros memory, Memozy.
Memozy. Always going with the Michael's handwriting is terrible. So he thought that I would pick Sixpence because of the updated and fuller sound, which was pretty much correct. I'm a little hurt that your reason for selecting the Laz was not because of your fond memories of us bonding over Gilmore Girls after Beer Fest.
That goes without saying.
That was always in there. That was in the subtext.
I didn't need to say that.
Well, that means that you're still behind by 2 points, but
That's
it's
true.
now.
I didn't lose any ground.
You didn't lose any ground. It's 5-3 if you're keeping score, which at least
are.
one of us is.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode of Uncovered. If you enjoyed what you saw, that's the name of the show right there. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to Permanently Geek. There are all kinds of shows on here about all kinds of geeky subjects, and there are new ones that are going to be coming up all the time. So make sure you subscribe, follow us on Twitter, and catch us next time. See ya.
There she blows. There she blows again.
It's a whaling song.